Greetings to all. In this session, we're going to learn about three forms of Arabic consonants. So let's get started. Now, what are the three forms of Arabic consonants? First is initial, next is middle, and the third one is final or last. Here I'm giving you an example of joining letter Here I'm taking example of ta. First one is initial, like this. The middle one is like this. And the final one is the letter itself. Now the example of disjoining letter. Here I'm taking example of wow. As it is a disjoining letter, so it's only having initial and the final form or the last form. There is no middle form in the disjoining letter. This is wow, and now I'll be writing the initial form of wow. In initial, the letter is written as itself, and in final or the last form, it has the tail in its right side and then the letter itself. So there are 6 disjoining letters: Alif, Dal, Dhal, Ra, Za, and the last one is Wow. So there are 6 disjoining letters in Arabic. So now we're going to write disjoining letters in the notebook. Open your notebook from the back side. And give it a heading. Three forms of Arabic consonants. draw lines like this. Here we're going to write down the headings of three forms of Arabic consonants. Here we're going to write down letters. Next is initial form, middle form, final, or last form. So the first alphabet is Alif. As it is a disjoining letter, it has only initial and the final or the last form. In the initial form, it is written as the letter itself. It does not have any middle form. And last and final form is like this. It has a tail from its left part, from its left side. Now the next letter is Ba. As Ba is the joining letter, so right now I'm just writing their structure, its structure, how it forms. Now this is the letter Ta. Again, I am drawing their structures. Next letter is Ta. Somewhere it is known as Tha and somewhere it is known as Sa. As these three forms a family, so now I'm going to place dots accordingly. In Ba, the dot is placed before the below the structure. So here I am placing dot below the structure. In the initial form, it is like this. In the final, it has tail on either sides. And in middle, it has tails on either sides. And in final, it is the letter itself. Now the next is Ta. Here the dots are over or top of the structure, above the structure. So I am placing dots above the structure. And now in Tha, it has three dots above the structure. So here I am placing three dots above the structure. And the final one, the letter itself. As these three forms a family, so the structure in initial, middle, and the final one are the same. But the difference is between their dots. Now the next letter is Jim, Ha. Now again, these three letters forms the family. Here I'm just drawing their structures. As they form the family, so they all have same structure, but the difference is of placing dots. Now Gene has the dot in the heart of its structure. It is downward, so we're going to place dot below the structure in each and every form. And here the structure, the letter itself in the final or the last form. Ha will remain same because it does not contain any dot. And in Kha, it has a dot above the structure, so we're going to place dot above the structure. Now the next is Dal and Dhal. These two forms the family, and the next letters are Ra and Za. These two forms their own family. Now, as Dal, Dhal, Ra, Za are the disjoining letters. So in the initial form, it is the letter itself, and in the final form, it has tail from right hand side. Same in Dhal. There is just need to put a dot, and the rest of it is totally same as that. Now the next is Ra. Initial form of Ra is again the same structure, and in final or the last form it has the tail from its right side. And here in Za, the initial form will be same, and in final it is same like Ra, just we need to place a dot above the structure. And there are no middle forms of these letters. Now the next are Seen, Sheen. As these two forms one family. First, I'm going to draw their structures. This is the form that we draw in the initial form. Just we need to place small w. Here, small w, but it has the tails on either sides. And in the final form, it is the letter itself, but it has a tail. Now the next one, same like Seen. The difference between Seen and Sheen is of placing dots. Seen does not contain any dot, but Sheen contains 3 dots above the structure. Now the next one, saw the dog. These two also forms one family. Now in the initial form, we're going to have its half structure. Now the next, same as initial, but it has tails on either sides. And in the final form, it is the letter itself. Now in Dod, it is same like Sod, but the difference is placing the dot on it. Sod does not have any dot, and Dod has one dot over the structure. So here I'm placing one dot over the structure. Now the next letter is To and Do. Somewhere this letter is known as Zo in UAE. Somewhere it is denoted like Do. These two also shares the same structure. In initial form, it is the letter itself. In the middle one, the structure has tails on either sides, and the final form looks like the middle form as it have tail only in the right side, and the next one, it's the structure itself. Same like To, I'm going to write Zo or Do. Difference is just to place a dot. Now the next one, Ain, Gain. These two forms one family and these two forms the other family. Ain. Initial part, it is written like this. Middle one, it is written like this. And the final one is written like this. Now the next is Gaina. It is same like Ain. Difference is placing the dot. Now the letters Fa and Qaf. These two also forms one family. Initial one, it is like this. Final one has the tail on either sides, and the middle one has the tails on either sides, and the final one is the structure itself. Now same like Fa. Here I'm writing the same structure for Qaf. And here also the letter itself. Now I'm placing dots. Fa has only one dot over its structure. So here I'm writing one. Here I'm putting one dot on Fa. Now the next one is Qaf. It has two dots above the structure. So here I'm putting two dots above the structure. Now the next one is wa, kaf, and lam. They both are different. Initial part is written like this. Middle part, it is same like initial, but it has tails on either sides. And the final one, it is the same like the letter itself. Lam, it's a standing line with the tail at the left side. Standing line having the tails on either sides. And the final form, the structure itself. Now the next one is Nima, Noona, Ha. Neem. It is written like this. A dot in the middle and the tails on the either sides. And the final part is the letter itself. Now for noon. It is written with the same structure of ba, ta, and tha. But it does not form family with those three. So here, as noon has only one dot, so here I put one dot over the structure, one dot in the middle one, and then the letter itself in the final or the last form. Now here comes ha. Initial one, it is same like the structure as itself. The middle one, it looks like the butterfly, like this. It has the tails on either sides. And the last one, it is written like this. Ha. All right. Now the last disjoining letter, that is bow. Initial form, it is the same. It does not have any middle form. And the final and the last form is the structure of the letter is same, but it has the tail from the right side. Now the last letter, that is ya. It looks same like na, noon. Here I'm drawing just a structure and the final form letter itself. As it has dot below the structure, so here I'm placing two dots below the structure and the final one, the letter itself. So the pointers that you need to keep in mind while writing these letters and while understanding this concept. First, write down in a same manner. Write down all the letters in the same manner as it is written. Keep in mind that which letter has the tail below the line, which letter we need to write on the line, and which part of the letter goes above the line. The structures, the letter should not fly on the line, below the line, or over the line. Keep this in mind. As the three forms of Arabic consonants has been completed, now in the next session, we're going to learn about the long ones. Thank you for your patience hearing. Masalama ililaka.